When the Steelers were 10-3, the word was that the Steelers and Russell Wilson was working on an extension. But since the season ended the way it ended, it looks like the Steelers are leaning more towards Justin Fields moving forward. And if you look at the quarterback play last year, the Steelers needed better quarterback play. You had Mason Rudolph, who was inserted into the lineup late. After Mitchell Trubisky and the Kenny Pickett things, it just didn't work out. So you put Mason in, and you make a little run at the end, and you don't bring Mason back. Things don't work out in the playoffs. Mason goes somewhere else. So you say, hey, man, if we had better quarterback play with the team we have, we can do some things. Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, those guys reached out, Russell Wilson and things. And you say, hey, we can go and get a veteran guy. Been there, done that. Russell won a Super Bowl and things like that. So you bring him into your organization and you thinking, hey, now maybe the playoff drought is over. We can do some things, with a guy that done it, and then it just didn't work. You look at it, you end the same way as last year. You're in the same position as last year, one and done. You can look at the records, around the same and everything. So it's like, hey, you didn't get any better with a veteran quarterback. You tried it out. No need to keep going on and on and on. And it seems like that's what the Steelers, are leaning towards. And then you have to look at the compensation. What are you going to pay Russell? He's not going to be getting the money from the Denver Broncos. That money's over after this year. So you're going to be on the hook for all the money for Russell Wilson. What do you want to give him? A Baker Mayfield contract? Couple years, over 100? Don't think so. It's time to, go with a younger quarterback in Fields, or just somebody younger, period. There was reports out there, the Aaron Rodgers and all those guys. I don't think the Steelers are interested in Rodgers. That wouldn't be a good move. You're not a quarterback away. And Rodgers, I don't think even if you were a quarterback away, I don't know if Rodgers will still be the answer, what the way he's going in his career. So, the veteran thing for the Steelers, I don't think, that's just for a team that's, like I said, a quarterback away. And as you've seen it when the Steelers played, the Philadelphia Eagles and, those teams, 3 games and 11 games, some of the top-notch teams, and they showed you, you need a little bit more than a quarterback. Yeah, you need a quarterback, but, there's other holes to fill. You got cornerback issues. Dante Jackson, yeah, he came on strong, first with the interceptions and things. And then after, some time, man, they figured him out. He started getting worked. So you got cornerback, secondary. There's some things, D-line. So there's a few more pieces to the puzzle that you need, for you to just go out and get that veteran quarterback to take you over the top, and it's good. You want to sell tickets and you want to do things, and you got to understand who you are. Pittsburgh Steelers, not just a seller jersey, not just sell the seat organization, world class. So when you go about things in a different manner, and it's time to get back to it. So you got to get in the first line of defenses, you got to get your quarterback. So, hey, maybe Fields can't be the guy, who knows? There's the verdict. Some people say the verdict is out. He's been in the league 4 years. He's been around. How much better can he get? Hey, I mean, we don't really know until you let him play. I don't think the Steelers really let him play. They had Russell in the wings, don't turn the ball over and, run around, whatever the case, but they didn't open it up for Fields. So that's the only reason, that's the only way you're going to know if he's the guy or not, is if you give him full control and see if he can control it. So, and I think that's what where the Steelers are leaning towards. Fields, you know, the draft situation, you look at it, not really a deep quarterback draft. The last time that was presented, the Steelers went on and dipped their head in the draft pool and came out with Kenny Pickett, and that didn't work out. So, you know, maybe this year is not the year to get a quarterback if you're the Steelers. You do something with Fields. You have somebody on the hook. You know, you can always sign a veteran or somebody, or you're going to have to, depending on, you know, maybe you take somebody late, but I wouldn't, you know, depending on the player and things like that. If you got a real good feel, a real good grade, or then maybe take a shot. But other than that, you work with Fields until you can get your franchise quarterback if he proves that he is not the guy. So now, you know, the Steelers are in a situation like last year. Even though you're leaning towards Fields, hey, maybe a team might go out and offer Fields some money, and now it's a bidding war. Then what do you do then? So that's why it's going to be an interesting offseason for the Steelers. Same predicament as last year with the quarterback carousel. The room was empty last year, and the room is empty now. You know, so far, because the quarterbacks are free agents. So, you know, Justin Fields looked like he's the guy front runner for the 2025 season for the Steelers. You know, the Russell Wilson experiment, I mean, you know, it started off nice. You know, it started off nice. Russell had the luxury, you know, to come in, not mid-season, but, you know, after some games. He cooked for a little bit, you know, ran around. But in the end, it just didn't work. It flamed out, maybe, and then it comes out that him and Arthur Smith don't have a good relationship. So if you add all that up, if Arthur Smith comes back, bad quarterback and OC relationship, then, you know, you can kind of see it leaning towards Fields, because Arthur Smith said he would rather prefer to, you know, work with Fields anyway. So he'll have his quarterback. So, and normally in these situations where you have the quarterback and the coordinator, the coach, normally the quarterback wins if that quarterback is valuable. And Russell Wilson just ain't it. He didn't do enough to say, hey, get rid of Artie Smith and, you know, and move forward with me. He didn't have that luxury. Some players can do that. You know, you seen it with Aaron Rodgers. He went to the Jets and just changed things up, and you see it blew up. Because now all of the, you know, the coaches, staff, everybody, they had to hire a whole new. So we'll just have to see. It's an interesting situation here. The quarterback, because that's the most important position. And it's a quarterback league, as you can see, you know, with the teams that's left in the playoffs. All have franchise quarterbacks, you know. So that's just what it's going to have to be in the future, in the near future. Steelers going to have to find that franchise quarterback. That's just the way it always been. So there's ways to go about it. And maybe the Steelers have to get with the times and put some packages together and move on up. Trade some players and move on up. You got to give to get. And if you don't have that quarterback, you ain't going nowhere. So we just have to see what the Steelers do. 2025 quarterback situation leaning towards Fields. According to Steelers Insider, if they have everything, the reports are out that's the direction that they're leaning towards. The end of the season just left a bad taste in their mouth. And now Justin Fields may get his shot to prove that he can be a franchise quarterback. So, interesting offseason. Moves to be made. Decisions to be made. Cuts being made. We'll see. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. And until next time, I'm out.